you guys? It is William calling from wiwibloggs, and we are turning our attention to Romania. Yes, Bucharest is calling. They have chosen Alexandra Căpitănescu for Eurovision 2026. Her song is called Choke Me. Girl, dear Father, I am hardly breathing. Oh, sweet Father. I say that because what a song title. What a song title. Giving me shades of BDSM, but that is another story. Devon.
Buna, salute, and hey you guys. Hey William.
Should we watch and react?
Let's do this.
Alexandra is a multi-talented artist. She's actually pursuing a master's degree in physics right now. At Selectia Nationala, 5 of the 7 jurors gave her the top marks. And our girl won the Voice of Romania, so we know that she can sing. These are the lyrics of the song. Phantom, you feel like a phantom. Why do you want to tame me? It's hard to breathe in. Do you feel me? Do what I say and don't you ever betray me. You are here to obey me, are you not? All I need is your love. I want it to choke me, choke me, choke me. Born for you to control. I want you to choke me, choke me, choke me. Love me, make my lungs explode. All I need is your love. I want it to choke me, choke me, choke me. Now listen, these lyrics are a lie. You know, will the EBU allow lyrics like this in a family show? Dear Father, I ask you, I don't know. But I'm going to put my prudish sensibilities to the side, and I'm going to focus on the song and performance. We are hitting play. Oh, wow. Those are some shoulders.
Striking look.
It's like 2 cone heads. Oh, whoa. She does have a nice voice.
Feels like a phantom? Oh.
Ooh.
Okay. Oh my god, this is so Nightwish. Nightwish, honey.
She's giving Phantom.
I can hear Evanescence as well.
She's giving Fairy Tale. Opera?
Opera?
Ooh.
You're kidding me.
Giving a little Laura Breton there.
This also sounds like Within Temptation. There's a little bit of Gaga going on too.
She will eat your children. She is a demon. Possessed.
What a performer.
She's committed to her character. She visits your house and cleans the floor.
Do you know what? I feel like she's rehearsed every single point perfectly and is executing what she's rehearsed. But they've swapped the camera team.
I'm terrified of her. In a good way.
Because they're exposing all her fatal errors here. Oh.
The outfit is very nice. I like this part. That's nice. She's breathing underwater.
This is a mood.
Oh wow, that is impressive. That's very impressive.
She is just in her element.
She clearly takes care of her nails. Laureen would be a fan.
God, Laureen has inspired a whole new generation of nail artists. Good heavens.
Bloody hell.
Ah, sister has got it going on.
Girl. Okay. You know what? She seems possessed. She seems absolutely possessed. But in doing that, she is self-possessed. She is a woman who knows what she wants. She delivers it confidently how she wants. She recognizes the eccentricity and she embraces it. She's saying, this is what I'm going to do. You can like it or you can dislike it, but I'm going to do it. At the end of the day, she can perform. She is a performer, and I was actually very impressed with her delivery of this song, going from rock, going from grit, going from rah, grr, to the operatic flourish, I'm not going to do it because your ears will explode, but being able to transition between those two demonstrates what a good vocalist she is. She's not afraid to get on her back and roll across the floor, to clean the floor with her long hair. She's not afraid to wear what look like the hats Zadab wore at Eurovision the first or second time around. She's not afraid to have, tassels all over the place, getting caught in them, long nails. She's playing her part, right? She gives me Phantom. She gives me Vampire, Interview with a Vampire. She's giving me so much, and it feels very Eurovision. It feels so Eurovision. And you can say, oh, don't cheapen Eurovision by saying it's a blah, 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 blah. This is what a lot of people want to see at Eurovision, right? At the pub, when an artist like this comes on in these wild clothes, people stop drinking, they pay attention, right? People want to see this, many people want to see this type of theater, this drama. And there's room for it at Eurovision, and I'm glad she's bringing it.
Here's the thing. I always tread very carefully when reviewing Romanian entries because Romanians do not shy away from telling you how they feel. And quite often, it's selective memory. So they feel very bruised, even though you brought up a range of positive points. So, hey, I'm going to measure my feedback accordingly. If you want to know about drama that unfolds in Romania, I suggest you turn to page 239 of William's book, Wild Dances, My Queer and Curious Journey into the World of Eurovision, available at a bookstore near you. Then in that chapter, you can read about how we escaped from Bucharest. And by escape, I'm not talking about escaping into Caesar Watu's arms or into Mihai Tristariu's den, because let me tell you, that would have been welcome. It was a whole different kettle of adventure, shall I put it. Okay, so that was all said in jest and positive humor. And I'm going to now talk about what I feel about this entry. So Alexandra Căpitănescu is obviously a seasoned performer. She won season 11 of The Voice Romania, and she went through quite a few grueling rounds, and she nailed it. She can sing and she can perform. What we see here, the TVR camera crew have not fully executed her vision because there were so many obviously designed for camera moments that the camera didn't capture in the way that it should have been conveyed. So I think it's important not to penalize her for that. Choke Me is a song that she has co-written and of course is fully performing for herself. And I like this song because it actually captures a broad range of vocal expressions. And she's able to do the the opera tones. There's pop in here, there's rock, and there's opportunities for fashion. Jarring, you may say, but actually these have been blended quite beautifully by a number of artists that we love today. Marina and the Diamonds comes to light. Florence and the Machine is another act that quite often would blend genres of music that don't seem pretty obvious. Lady Gaga, particularly with her, what was that album called? It wasn't love, it wasn't love. Art pop, I would say, that album. Yeah, picking up genres, putting it in the blending machine. And then, of course, wardrobe is a very key element of her performances. And, you know, I see this as being no different. In terms of the music, it sits more Nightwish for me than any other comparison, but I can also hear Evanescence in this, and I can hear Within Temptation in this as well. Romania's last appearance at Eurovision was in 2023 with Andrei Theodore, or Theodore Andrei, with On and Off, or DGT. Probably the worst Eurovision entry of all time. So, you know what? If that's our baseline, this has shot up through the roof. Doesn't quite hit the 2020 highs of Roxanne's Alcohol You for me, or Playing with Fire by... No, actually, no. I prefer this to Playing with Fire. Or Let Me Try by Luminita Angel. Yeah, that was another one that I really liked. Cesar Wati was also very dramatic. So to me, it sits in the narrow family of entries from Romania, in the tight family of entries from Romania that I truly love and truly respect.
And you know, it's good that she's bringing so much eccentricity, because the lyrics on their own, like, I'm not gonna lie, I am slightly uncomfortable with like a song called Choke Me, hinting at asphyxiation, lungs collapsing. You know, I watch too much true crime on Netflix, so I find this really uncomfortable. And then the LED in the background, which is giving me all sorts of horror movies. The Conjuring, you know, somebody's gonna pop out of the TV and like choke me. I would dial that back, the LED with the woman who looks like she's in an American Horror Story, you know, the series. It's very dark and serial killer and upsetting. But I can put all that to the side because she's playing a character. It's so clearly camp and over the top and not real, and their drummer is in cages. It becomes a performance, so it doesn't actually end up feeling threatening to me. It ends up feeling not playful, but, you know, she's in on it. She's not here to harm you. She's here to entertain you. It's a very fine balance. So I would advise getting rid of that LED, which is too dark, with the ghost, phantom, poltergeist scaring the heck out of me. Keep everything else. And then it's like more palatable. The lyrics, I don't know, lungs collapsing. It is so dark. And in any event, maybe I'm just being prudish. Maybe I'm being prudish. But I will say this, I enjoyed the performance overall. And I think if they just dial back the whole choking element, then it is less uncomfortable and it's more like rock on.
Visually, at the TVR studios for Selectia Nationala, this is limited in scope. But at Eurovision, the visualization of this entry will come into sharper focus. And you can really play with texture and volume and color and shades of black even. So I'm confident that with the right budget, this will truly elevate. But you know, it comes with a few concerns for me. If you're singing a song that can be interpreted as rather aggressive, why don't you choke me, choke me, choke me? I would like the delivery to be a little bit softer. So again, you're blending aggressive lyrics with a softer delivery. And I think it would actually work quite well to soften the delivery. We can already see that it's rock. It's already in the dark. Your drummer is banging on that drum kit and your guitarist is already going crazy. I think having a much more playful, softer, why don't you choke me, not too lounge, but just less intense, I think can sort of penetrate a much broader market. You don't want people to get up and say, okay, this is my toilet break because I don't like this type of rock. Because I tell you what, opera people, when you add rock into it, they don't stay. They feel like you're already traveling out of what they would like because they just want 3 minutes of it. So you're not necessarily courting a broader demographic. You're certainly not blending audiences here. But I think it's in the tone and the delivery that will resonate a lot more.
I want to read some comments from the wiwibloggs Instagram. This is DollyUp13 Pleasantly surprised by Romania this year. The song is rocky, it has pop elements, opera singing moments, it's epic, it's wild, it's in your face, and cherry on the cake, hi Chachi, Alexandra's voice is exquisite. Romania is back in the game, and it's very cool to see. I think that's an excellent summary of what we've just witnessed. This takes me back to the days when Romania was a powerhouse at Eurovision, when we never worried about them qualifying, when they just embraced crazy, but it was also musical at the same time. This is giving me all of that. This is Lumigiani87, winner 2026. This is Mikael_Mano_Bjerregaard. How can Kant not be accepted by the EBU, but sexual violence is okay? So this touches on an important point. People will perceive this as very aggressive. Lots of people won't see this as a character. They'll see this as an endorsement of BDSM and indeed violence. So you've got to be really careful how you present this on the stage. So just copy and paste my comments from earlier about maybe toning down certain elements. You know, I think you could change the lyrics. You could change the lyrics to this song and you would still preserve the core message about, you know, being overwhelmed by the love of someone. It's just, it is a little uncomfortable, and I think many people will find it very uncomfortable, so this is something that needs to be thought about. This is Mandarina's official sad message sent out, outdated rock. This is Space Tube. She sings Show Me, but the title is Choke Me? Sexual pleasure? Sexual violence? Did I get this right? Non-qualifier for me. So that's interesting. When I first heard this, I also heard show me, but I had read the lyrics, so I knew it was choke me. But when I was watching that, I was like, she's saying show me. So, you know, she could literally change the lyrics to show me and it would still work. Yeah, you don't have to have choking. And Georgie_007 actually suggests that she's deliberately saying show me. No, man, it's a YouTube restriction. You are not allowed to say that on YouTube or TikTok. So is she mispronouncing it deliberately, or is it a matter of enunciation to avoid censorship? All I know is, if it's the latter, just change the lyrics. Girl, just change the lyrics. You're still vibing, you're still rocking, you're still giving. This is Alex Generations 97, 0 points from UK.
So Selectia Nationala was 12 acts this year, and 5 of the half a dozen jury members really gave this the maximum du soir. So music experts and professionals felt that this was the strongest entry. I didn't watch Selectia Nationala this year, so I can't counter that per se. But what I will say is that this is a really respectable entry. I actually quite like it, and I feel like it has a lot of potential. Is Choke Me a song that I would listen to? Absolutely. I like it. I like the wackadoodle aspect of it. I like that it's not cookie cutter. It's not... Eurovision fans will love this, but it's not playing exclusively to Eurovision fans. It's just trying to create a different type of music that has radio appeal, that has visual appeal, and is also fairly competitive. And I think that that's a really smart move. I like the color tones of the band. There's 5 of them, and they've all got spikes on their jacket and on their apparel. I think it's really nice. I particularly like the one with the dungarees, who just looks quite amazing. But Alexandra Căpitănescu is a very good performer. Before reacting to this video, I did go back to check her performances on The Voice, and I tell you what, I really can't fault her. I think she is a solid professional, and given the fact that Romania have been absent from the Eurovision Song Contest for 2 years, this is the way you bounce back. And I'm hoping that we will see Romania at the grand final of the Eurovision Song Contest. Follow wiwibloggs on Pinterest, and we will see you later. Talking about BDSM. So subreddit it for you and me, girl, because you won't find it on Pinterest.